Richard Mochko is my name. I like to be close to the people, that's why I will walk. Among us, I will make your life miserable, but I'm sorry. Pironova, it's a company which is working in Romania for about 15 years, and existing over 30 years in Slovakia. I am Slovak, living in and working in Romania. It's one of the leading companies in the Eastern Europe. We are from Germany to Romania in 6 countries present. I will talk to you today about sustainability and predictive and preventive measures in fire protection. Why? Because we often forget how important it is. We're talking about importance of facility management, its potential, its future. This has a direct implications, direct connections with that kind of topic. This is who we are. We do fire protection. We are in 6 countries. We have 9 branch offices. We have over 30 years of experience. And we strongly believe that there is no one solution which will fit all the needs. We specifically try to navigate our clients, because fire protection is our business, with the proper solution. As you can see, solutions are many. We include also with our partners in Wagner reduction of oxygen or ORS systems these days. But we also swim in the ATEX zone. We do water mist. Water mist, by the way, maybe you've heard, maybe you didn't, is so far the only solution for the lithium-ion batteries with this, so to speak, green revolution. But we are most known for sprinkler systems. Yeah, and it's probably the system you, as facility managers, know the most as well in the zone of fire protection. We have 3 divisions. The first one is the design. Yes, indeed, we design in 3D. We use AutoCAD, Revit, or MicroStation in Germany, because that's a requirement of our clients there. As I mentioned, we do only specifically tailored solution for that particular facility, that particular situation, standard requirements. We work closely with our clients in order to do so. We have a realization or execution team which is following up strictly our design. We don't do projects which are designed by others. We can take it as a guideline, but we always do our hydraulic calculations. We provide our softwares and our solutions, and we execute it, and we try to maintain it as well in order to make sure that we can take the full responsibility for the systems we design, execute, and service. As far as the maintenance, we're trying to achieve, it's not always easy, trying to achieve the optimal performance of the systems. And the main target for us is the extending the life expectancy of any system. It is our responsibility as specialists and your responsibility as a generalist, because facility manager in the regular build environment has several systems to maintain. We are just a part of it. But we are here to support you with the modern concept of predictive and preventive maintenance I'll talk about later. I'm talking about sustainability. Sustainability has been my life passion, but sustainability from a different type of perspective than you might know it from the, so to speak, green revolution and industrial revolution, fourth industrial, industry 4.0, Internet of Things, and all of these trendy, cool concepts that nobody understands and everybody talks about. Sustainability to me represents, as it speaks, the word sustain means in English to hold on something, to sustain. Extend the life to sustain what I have. what I have, what I built, what I worked for, to sustain it as long as I can, because I invested the money already once. I want to make that the system will have an optimal performance and it will survive as long, even more, than the producer tells me that it should. In terms of the fire, you can see the fire sustainability is also is defined by these three different perspectives. It means environmental, social, and economical view. And fire has implications in all three of them. I mean, it represents environmental devastation, social disruption, and economical hardship. But increased sustainability means also the attitude change. What I mean by that, what you see in the right side of the slide is a controlled fire. It's a municipality incinerator from Copenhagen, from Denmark. And over there, engineers thought about a very creative solution, how to manage the waste which we are producing. If you've seen the movie WALL-E, you probably know what I'm talking about. We are producing too much waste. That's our problem. And you need to do something with this waste, and sometimes the easiest way to get rid of it is to burn it. So this is a controlled fire facility with special filters, of course, so you don't pollute too much. And it provides, with the energy, which is another problem of the society these days, for 30,000 homes in Copenhagen. Plus, Denmark is a flat land. It gives them a skiing opportunity in the winter, skiing or downhilling on the bikes. So this is something which might be the future of the project if people will have this kind of approach, and to bring more functionalities to their projects. That's also sustainability. Other approach of sustainability, you probably know this one better than me because you are working on the budgets for the buildings. It's life cycle cost or total cost of ownership, which often even the final beneficiaries forget, because the initial costs, which is the actual investment for the system, represent somewhere between 15 to 20%. Longevity or life expectancy of all the technical systems may be 20, 25, 30 years when you depreciate them and when you should actually take the benefit of them. It doesn't matter if it's HVAC, electrical installations, or sprinkler system. It should survive a long time. And the difference is done by operational team of facility management. It really matters how you drive your car. If you drive 300 kilometers per hour, you will have a high consumption. If you drive it in the optimal conditions, you will have a better outcome as far as the cost as well. So as you can see, the energy costs, you cannot change because the government regulates them, right? You can change your attitude towards your spending. And maintenance cost, again, you should maintain the property and the systems as your partners are telling you, because that will increase the longevity of the project, and after all, it's a win-win situation for everybody. And there are also other costs, which are upgrade alternatives, external audits, etc. Okay, another perspective of sustainability, health of the system. So we have, in our system, we need to define the enemy. We have corrosion, biological activities, sediments, clogging, frost, overheating. This is pretty much what can happen to the sprinkler system. And our goal in the customer care division or service division, what we have, is to assuring the system will be capable of action in any condition, 24/7, while minimizing the components replacement, because the components in the systems are quite expensive. A second goal is to extend the life expectancy, to make your money worth. Okay? What we propose as a solution is to respect planned maintenance, because as you know, from the daily, weekly, monthly quarterly, biannually, and annual routines. We also have additional standards which oblige us to do the 3 years revision, 5, 10, 12 and a half, and 25. Maybe some of you didn't hear about that yet. But we have different cycles and different standards which we need to respect. That's the plant maintenance. In order to extend the life, we are coming with a set of the services which are on the level of predictive, and I'll talk about them later. This is our enemy. Talking about the health, if you don't your maintenance correctly, your system from inside might look like this. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Can be frost, can be corrosion, can be biological activity. You can see the parts of the piping system or alarm valve stations which were never maintained. This is even better. This is my favorite. This is a result of value engineering. You don't have to be an engineer to see that there is something wrong with the system. Because you see it outside, in exterior, immediately. This is actually not so old of a project. I was telling the life cycle, life expectancy of the sprinkler system. The pumps, they will give you guaranteed 2 to 3 years, right? But you should expect at least 15 years of function. It's normalcy. It's not too much to expect when you invest that kind of money into the system. The piping system should survive at least 30 years. This project has 6 years. And it's a product of value engineering, or in Romanește zgârcirea, from the final beneficiary when they went for the cheaper solution, but they forgot that there are also standards in the construction quality. What you are getting for your money is more important than the final price. There are other problems, these mechanical problems. It also depends how you maintain your systems. In here you can see on the left side, it's always to show the problem on the left, solution on the right. So the left side is, as you can see on the coupling, there is lime formation and corrosion. Next problem in here, you can see on the left side, there is a problem with the cooling line on the coupling. Obviously this kind of pump will overheat and will break down much sooner if it's not discovered soon and fixed. Problem with the shaft in here, insufficient lubrication. Again, you need to make sure that at least the preventive maintenance is done in time, and predictive maintenance will help you in the long run. Very old alarm valve station in comparison with the modern solution. And let's talk about the solutions. This is what we call wall thickness measuring, and you have set of all of the standards we are using in fire protection. You can meet with your clients, especially when you swimming your waters in the industries. You will find also something like NFPA or FM Global or German standard VDS. We can cover any of them. And there is also standard, you know, or P118, which is similar to European norm. So thickness of the walls. In here, this will help you as a little help, a little cheat sheet, okay? If you will do your quality assessments when you go for a next project, you can call us and say, okay, or you can play with this on your own, whatever you choose, and find out what you actually bought. Is it the system I acquired to be like this? Is this according to the standard I gave to the general contractor as a condition or not? It works on the ultrasound. There are systems which measure only one point. There are several points, like in this case, and it always measures only the steel part without the coat, without the protective coating. So it gives you the truth. This is another system. We don't do this. I just put this slide over there so you see that there is other technology. This is called corrosion scanning or mapping. You can see on a bigger area, just by rolling this device, where the corrosion actually is. Instead, we invested in something like this. It's an endoscopical camera with an 8 meters long optical cable. And we check we call them sections in the sprinkler system, because the biggest problem are usually at the peripheries when the pipes are very thin. And the problem is, as you can see in the upper left corner, if there is too much of sediments or too much of corrosion, it can actually clog the sprinkler head. So as a result, your system, it's great. I have a water and it's under pressure. If time comes, it will work. But no, not really, because it will be clogged and that's it. So in here, you need to do a very deep flushing, make sure that the system is it's purging, probably it's even better word. And in some cases, certain sections need to be replaced fully, no compromises. We do also this. It's not from NASA. It's a guy who is helping us with water tanks, fire water tanks. Why do we do this? Because of this. We are trying to save the money for our client. To take out the water from the tank, which has 10,000 liters, you need to take it out, wait 1 day. In that 1 day, you need to have a fireman on site. You need to do the revision and put the water back. So it takes you pretty much 3 days, if you are lucky. And the costs, of course, you have to pay back for the water, and you have an environmental concern. Where do I put all of this water? So you will make neighbors very happy for some time. And again, corrosion in the pipe system, missing protective coating, ruptures in membranes. On the right side, these are the heating elements which are heating the water tanks, preventing it from the freezing during the winter time. If they are full of limestone or a corrosion, they will not work. And they can break the entire water tank. Okay? So, and on the bottom, we can do almost the full revision without the protective coating in here. Also with the scuba divers, and we can take also the sediments from the bottom, so you will not clog your fire pumps. But on the 5 years and 10 years revision, we are obliged by the standards to do this. We need to empty the tanks and do it the old classical way, and that is the time where you actually replace the pipes. You can paint them, you can protect and patch the little holes which were in the membranes, and that is a necessary evil. At 5 and 10 years, depending on your standards, we need to do this. Then we have a vibration test for the pumps, for the heart of the system. In here, we are providing you a little standard in here. It depends really. The unit is in millimeters per second, the vibrations, what we measure. And you have this ISO standard, which will help you to navigate you, or if you have a supplier who will do the tests, you have something to share with him or ask him the questions. He should use something like this. The difference between rigid and flexible is that it's the mounting. The machinery or the pump is mounted to the ground. In our case, for example, diesel pumps, usually we mount them in the rubber pads, and it will help. It's a flexible mounting. It helps to offsetting the vibrations. Okay. Then what we do, this shaft alignment, this is very important. This is actually the fine-tuning. This is probably one of the most important things what you could do for the pumps. When you make sure that the engine, because we're talking about fire pump assemblies, okay, that has 3 components. That's pump, engine, and control panel. And pump and engine have shaft, which is often misaligned because of vibrations, because of lack of maintenance, because of lack of lubrications, because of mechanical damage. Someone hit the pump with something heavy. Okay? And this we just implemented, actually just the last year we are playing with this concept because we didn't find a partner who could do it for us. So we are developing this as a service on our own. And it's everything about the fine-tuning. If you put it you could see in here that at the beginning there were problems in the vertical and horizontal misalignment. And at the end, you put it back into the tolerance or tolerance by the provider. Okay, the case, sustainability. So hold on what you have. I think the world will need to change. We are rushing too much. There are new technologies and we support them if they make sense. But not all the time it's the case. In sprinkler systems, please do your preventive maintenance. Please, because what are the results? The bottom part is, I think, more important in here in this slide. We can catch together operational inefficiencies when we do it right, and bad habits, because sometimes they are because of we want to save some money. We don't do weekly tests for the pumps, and when the time comes, pump doesn't start. Okay, that was just what an Englishman would say: pound stupid, penny smart. Okay, so we can clearly see when we see on site in the amount of the motor hours which the pump was turned on and successfully been running for half an hour per week. We can calculate very easily if the preventive maintenance was done or not on the operational side, at facility management. Components need to be maintained. If you don't maintain them, don't change the consumables as you're supposed to, you will come up with the problems which I showed before in case of the pumps. When you do also the preventive and predictive maintenance together, there will be no escalation. You will not have negative surprises. You can sleep well. We try to save the money in case of the water tank, as you could see, and we hope nobody can deliver 100% performance, but we are trying to get close. We are trying to avoid any major breakdowns, because major breakdown is an economical hardship for everybody. And the final savings we achieved in case of endoscopy for two companies, which we managed to save some money. If we compare it to the entire system exchange, if you would wait another 5-10 years for the problem to escalate, then you would have to change the entire system. This way we changed only sections, and that's why we can claim that 75 to 80% of savings we achieved by like this. And by the way, system, if you want to play like New York Philharmonic, think about the system life extension. It's like in human beings, we live between 70 to 90 years, depend how you take care of yourself, how you maintain yourself. And we think that that's why it works, because we cover all three perspectives from the technical view, and this is where you can find us. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Richard, for the very visual presentation. It is true that a picture makes 1,000 words. It was very helpful to see all that pipes and pumps.